For all film-related interviews, content, and reviews, please subscribe to Pooja Talwar.
The big fat Indian wedding just got a whole new meaning with Tom and Jerry, right?
Exactly. We never would have imagined a big fat Indian wedding would have a cat and mouse chase of such proportions.
So have you always been a Tom and Jerry fan? And what was it like sharing screen space with truly the legends, I would say?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't have Tom and Jerry with us on set. They were inserted afterwards. So we were very curious. We're like, these guys, they're real divas. They don't actually come to shoot every day. They just send stand-ins all the time. But no, definitely, it was a real honor to be a part of a kind of very iconic, cultural figure. Two figures that were loved by my parents, loved by me as a child, and now hopefully will be loved by the next generation.
Absolutely. So what was the atmosphere like on the set? And you're playing Preeta. And, I'm kind of really happy to see the inclusivity that's coming into the casting in films. That really makes me very happy. So what was the atmosphere like in your experience?
Look, the set was like a festival every day because there were so many of us. Any Indian wedding scene, whether it's in India or abroad, ends up being like that because there's so many people. I was in that massive lehenga every day, like walking around like a real bride. Thank God for my experience of working in Bollywood because I was like, I've worn 100 chunnis in my life. I can handle this. But it was, as you say, it was a real joy to witness the way the narrative involved Indian culture in such an integral way and very seamlessly, I think, as well. It wasn't sort of turned into a thing. It was just very normal and normalized the fact of an Indian woman and an American man getting married and choosing this cross-cultural Indian wedding because it's true. That's how a lot of NRIs and people in the diaspora do it. So as a woman who grew up in Australia, I found it very authentic.
And honestly, when it was being shot, what were your reactions like? Do you think that you would want to have a wedding like that with the elephants and Tom and Jerry?
I'm going to wear a cotton sari and go to a park and have 5 people and say, Pandit ji karo. Khatam karo.
Totally. So who was your favorite character other than yourself and Tom and Jerry?
Gosh, I'm a real fan of Terrance. He just makes me laugh every time. Michael is such a phenomenal comic actor. But everyone, like Rob Delaney as the manager of the hotel, Ken Jeong when he comes in. I was just totally, every moment, every day was like a starstruck moment for me because these are some of my favorite comic actors. And getting to work so closely with Colin was such a joy because he was so collaborative and he really wanted Ben and Preeta to be believable for everyone. Because fundamentally, if that love story doesn't work, the whole film kind of doesn't work. So yeah, I think I was very fortunate to have such a great ensemble and a beautiful star in Chloe.
Yeah, true. And what about Tom and Jerry? Who's your favorite, Tom or Jerry?
Jerry was sneaky. Once he did come to set, but he ate all the cheese at craft services. And I was like, I don't like you. You're cunning in real life. I like Tom. He's simple. He's fine. We get along. We're chillers.
I totally agree with you. The thing is, I feel Tom Cat is actually the evil one. He actually is, and Jerry is the troublemaker.
No, he's like a simpleton, Tom. Now I've realized what he's really like.
And other than that, do you remember your first Tom and Jerry and your experience at the movies? Because, this has been in the lockdown. What has it been like for you?
Gosh, well, I've been in Australia back with my parents after many years, which has been really interesting. But yeah, it's been a time for us to reflect on all of these wonderful past things that we did. And I watched the screener with my parents in December and, they had a real laugh. And my father is filled with nostalgia because Tom and Jerry was very important to him growing up. He said that at college at IIT, they would watch it in the gardens, and which was a shocking revelation to me. I was like, why are grown men watching Tom and Jerry in IIT in the 70s? I was like, your adolescence was lacking. But yeah, it was really symbolic to watch it with them because it was the idea of families coming together and having a laugh at a time when we really need it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I hope you don't have a Tom and Jerry moment at your wedding, but this wedding was great fun if it wasn't for them.
Thanks, Pooja. So nice to see you again.
Same here. Likewise. Bye-bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.